Hello, welcome to my LEGO World Builder license any percent speedrun commentary, 25 minutes and 33 seconds. I posted this run about 2 years ago, summer 2018, and I realized that I posted it without any context at all. I didn't really explain the how and why behind this run. So I decided I should go back and give some commentary over it. Now, if you don't know what this game is, it is a Lego.com game from 2003, made with Adobe Shockwave. And I used to love this game as a kid. I played it all the time, had a lot of the sets, beat it many times. And recently I found the download that I put in the description of how you can still play this game. And I was thinking I've never heard of anyone doing a speedrun of this game, so I thought I should give it a try over a couple weeks. I routed the game and did some runs, and this was the best run I had in the end. So this is a category I pretty much made up on my own. It's license any percent. The rules are time starts when you hit start game. You need to get all 36 regular goals. You need to get the license. So you need 12 goals, just regular goals for each world, the 3 worlds. And you don't need any bonus goals. And time ends as soon as you see the license. So, without further ado, I'll get started. Okay, I would like to say, I know I'm already stopping, but for the tutorial, you can just skip it because that counts as the regular goal. Early on, I experimented with routing bonus goals, and what I found was that if you click through the tutorial fast enough, you can kind of break it and to save some time that way, which is pretty funny, but in the end, we don't need that for this run, so it doesn't matter at all. The first world is pretty easy, pretty straightforward. There's not that much that can go wrong other than just lots of misclicks. This game is full of misclicks. So it's all about just executing each level without making any mistakes. It's not really until the end where there's anything luck-based, because that's when you start to have enemies, and that's where most of the luck in this game lies. On this level, I always like to click on the minimap in the corner to move my camera at the beginning. The other ways you can move your camera in this game are with the arrow keys or just by clicking the arrows. I always use the arrow keys, but in a couple levels, you click on the minimap. I also always take a whirlpool in this level. I don't actually know if it's faster. It just seems a little faster to me. I do always use the space bar for the action button for steam shovels and tree bots. And bulldozers too. I also do that a lot, that diagonal rebuild. It's just a little faster than having to build all the way to that land. I think I make a lot of misclicks in this level. I feel like I don't trust the buttons on the right menu, and it's just very easy to misclick in this game. Yeah, I tried to take apart, it didn't work. Try to click the dirt bug key in this. There's just a lot of that in this game. The game feels pretty unstable, but it's not perfectly playable. And I haven't actually checked that link in a long time. I hope it's still playable. I haven't played this game since I did these runs a couple years ago. This is the first level with an enemy, and it's pretty easy though. Usually when you come to the bottom, the crab goes around the rocks and you don't have to worry about him if you have plenty of time. This level's a little interesting. What I want to do is, I'll pause right here and show you. What I want to do is bring the duck around right here and then just build it onto the goal. But you have so many duck plans that it doesn't really matter if this crab kills you. Sometimes they're up here off to the side and you can save time by not dying here, but if you die, it's totally fine. I actually die here, but then get a gold split, so it doesn't really matter. Now this is the first level that has a defender in it, and defenders are pretty frustrating in this run because they kind of have a mind of their own. They like to fight all the time. They just ignore your commands if they want to fight. So you just need one defender and the steam shovel in this level, and the defender just kind of distracts the crab. This is a pretty good 2-1. This level can be kind of annoying. I need to move the crab down. That works out. And then I don't want the defender to fight the crabs, but he still turns around and hits. The strategy for this level is kind of cool. So I need to get a dirt buggy right here. But I bring the dirt buggy to this corner, and then you can just build a duck, take it apart, and then build it again right here, take it apart again. And that's because the second time, it's going to use these 5 bricks and the battery right here, instead of using these 5 bricks that I clicked on. So that's how I get 10 bricks in the water, so I can build a dirt buggy right here. This level's pretty easy, there's not much that can go wrong except for like a bunch of misclicks near the middle. This level has a really easy bonus goal too. Yeah, I think right around here I have trouble clicking on tiles, or it's after I get over the rocks. To move everything across the rocks, or on the rocks is fine. Yeah, trouble with that. And then it's all in the radius to build a bulldozer right there. I like the route for this level, it's really nice. You have exactly the right amount of energy to get to where you need. Because I've noticed that the units will deplete their energy at different rates. And the tree bot is probably one of the fastest. Or it's one of the least energy efficient units, is how I'll put it. But he has barely enough energy after bringing the bricks together. He has barely enough to reach the clean battery. So I'll see that coming up here. This level takes like 2 seconds. Sometimes the duck doesn't die, you can sit down there, but mine did, that's okay. This level you just have to bring the fish close together in the center, so you can make the freighter. I spent some time trying to figure out where the best place to build the freighter was. I figured this spot was pretty good, but I didn't really experiment with it that much, so there might be a faster way to beat this level. But just bringing all 5 of them to the center, that seems about the middle of where they start, so perfectly good. You have to go all the way around and get the last green brick. This is another level where you kind of barely have enough energy. I mean, it'd be easy to just go a little out of the way and pick up a clean one, but you barely have enough energy to not waste time doing that. Right, so this level can be a little awkward. It's usually not that bad though. Frogs are so much faster than gators that it doesn't really matter. And it's kind of nice when they all move to the bottom, because then you don't have to worry about when they stand around the goal. That's probably the most annoying thing. And you only need 4 to get the tree bot, so that's it. This is just a boulder level. There are 2 of these, and I like the little visual bug. I don't think I ever saw that as a kid, and it's because I used to click the push button instead of using the space bar. So I don't think I ever did it fast enough to see that bug. I was pretty happy with my strategy on this level. You need to bring 8 fish to the middle, and I feel like this is a good route for doing that. The best way is just to make paths for all the fish to go to the center. And you also need 5 of the green bricks. So I'll need dirt buggy for that. Now you can destroy a tile by just picking it up with the steam shovel and then taking apart the steam shovel. And you can do that with tree bots too if you want to destroy a tree. It's kind of nice if you don't have room to drop something. This level's pretty easy. You can die to the crabs, and I played it safe there because I thought it looked like it was possible. I have died that way before, and there's another spot that's really crazy that I've died in this level before. But in general, you want to make the defender in the middle as soon as possible, so you can kill the crab as soon as possible and get the snail. And then I have died right there before dropping the yellow blocks, so that was really unfortunate. But luckily that didn't happen this time, and some misclicks making the snail lost a little bit of time, but it's okay. At this level... Okay, so what happened there... Let's go back like frames. So when the enemy's moving... Right there is good. If an enemy is moving, you cannot cross behind them. That is death. There was no way, I should not have done this. There's no way that this frog will get past. Now usually you can pass on their sides. Sometimes you can even pass in front of them, which is kind of weird, but you can never pass behind them. So that's why I was that frog here, but luckily there's a backup one, so it's not a big deal. And then from that they end up clearing out the way, so it's totally fine. You just need to bring the duck together, and then I like to wait till the crab moves around that tree so it's not in the way. And then luckily the gators clear up so the tugboat can just go to the goal. So that's a pretty good 211. And then this level is pretty crazy, and I lost a lot of time on this level in my 27-minute run. So basically you need to get past 4 crabs. And usually the pattern I want, so I'm trying to come to this tile. I like the pattern of having the crab about 2 over and 1 up, because when they walk this way, as they're between tiles, they can't attack you. So that's the perfect time to just zip past them. Now what's dangerous is when they stop to think, because at that point, you can't go to any of the adjacent tiles. You might be able to go in front of them, I'm not sure, but you definitely can't go to the sides or behind them. So I think that's how I lost my buggies in the other run. I had to keep resetting this level, probably like twice. And sometimes I play it safe if I think it's gonna stop. Also, if it moves onto the same row as me, I can't just go behind it. Because of what I said earlier with the gator, you cannot pass behind an enemy when it moves. So we'll see what happens here. Go right past, that's easy. This one's a little awkward because it's on a corner, and I waited until it commits. I'll pause right here. Once I get to this tile, I wait until I see that it moves here, because obviously if it moved down, I would not be able to just pass through. I think I played really safe on this crab because I could have gone right there. But I thought that the crab was going to stop to think like it's doing now. Luckily, I didn't get zapped. And I just have one more to get past. Oh, this one stops, yeah. So if I had went a little earlier, I definitely could have died there. I'm not sure why I took the buggy apart, because normally I think it'd be nice if it baits that crab up there, because that's far away from where I'm taking the dirt buggy, so there's no reason I don't need the buggy anymore. They can still hit you if they're on an adjacent tile, so you're not safe on the rocks. But it's usually not that hard to avoid them, because they can't go next to you on the row. So that's a very good World 2 in this run. The beginning of World 3 is kind of weird though. Normally what I like to do on this level is make that opening, get that plan, and then I bring the bulldozer up a little bit to try to bring scorpions around to clear space for this frog. But unfortunately, this scorpion is kind of in the way. So I need to take it apart, wait a bit. If I see it move out of the range, then that's my opening. Now this level is very difficult. It's super easy for gators to just block you, and you can lose a lot of time because there's not much you can do about it. In this case, I'm thinking about how am I going to get that yellow brick in the middle. So I get this one on the side, and then once that gator, that bottom gator goes low enough, that's when I feel safe, because the gators are very slow, which means it takes a long time for them to get out of the way if they're in a bad spot, but also you're not that worried about them getting you. Except right here, this is where I make the mistake. So I cross behind him, he's moving, and I cross behind him. So there's a battery right there, so I can just rebuild it here, pick it up, but he's still in the way, and the only way to get around him is to bring him around the bottom, but he stops to think. He does it like twice. It's really annoying. I have to wait a bit before I feel safe. So then I can get the last brick and take it back to the middle. And there's a gator waiting there, but it doesn't matter. This level's kind of interesting. I put that battery there ahead of time for later. And then I need to bring a battery to make the defender here. And the general strategy for this level is to just keep rebuilding the defender so I don't have to fight anything. It usually works pretty well. You do have to be careful with how many times you rebuild though, because you're pretty limited on how many planes you have. So let's see, you can kind of rebuild between these trees, it's nice. I took apart the tugboat there just in case I needed that battery, but I ended up not using it. It's nice to kind of bait that crab around and then just rebuild diagonally. And I usually take this clean battery right here, and this part is kind of dangerous. I did not go for that plan at the bottom. That was more defenders, I think. And if I got blocked off right there, if I didn't get that plan, that could have been really bad. I probably would have had to reset the level. But I got pretty lucky. Now on this level, an idea that I had before is, instead of taking the defender all the way around the world here, it might be possible, because there are so many blue bricks on the left side, and so many batteries in the middle, I might be able to make a ton of tugboats and then just bring the yellow bricks I need over. It'll be 25, so I need to make 5 trips or 5 tugboats maybe. Bring them over to maybe this land, and then that would make the land this defender has to cross a lot less. So I never tried that. It sounds pretty miserable to do. Just micromanaging a bunch of tugboats sounds kind of miserable in this game, but I mean, maybe that's something you could do to save time over this run, so I'm not sure if it's faster, but you never know. Now, this level's pretty nice just because you have the exact amount of energy you need. It's kind of like the forklift level. I think it's twice in this level I have exactly the right amount of energy to get to the tile I need. Picking up the trees, putting them down takes energy too, I believe. And like I said, the tree bot drains energy really fast compared to pretty much all the other units in this game. Perfect. Now I probably could have taken that robot lab apart even faster, because you don't need much energy at all to do this last couple tiles. This is another boulder level, it's pretty easy. It's just about being smooth, not misclicking. And this is just a digging level. Doesn't really matter what path you take. I think there are several paths that are the same number of tiles. But you can't place land on the deep water, so you kind of have to go around it. And we're gonna dig to that corner right there and then just rebuild. This level I avoid using the dump truck by pushing bricks with the bulldozer, which I feel like has to be faster, so how slow the dump truck is. There's no reason not to make two defenders here. And first we need to bring out this scorpion and kill it, so we can get the dump truck in to get the snail plan. And also we need the red bricks to make a snail. So this is an example of the defenders not listening to me and refusing. I guess they follow wherever the scorpion goes. I want the defenders to, okay, right there. I want the scorpion there and the defenders to both be touching the robot lab. Now two defenders can be the scorpion, but one defender cannot be the scorpion. So the healing is actually kind of important. You can push the bricks under the boulder like that, it's kind of funny. So I took apart the one defender there so I had enough yellow bricks to make a dump truck, because a dump truck is 20 and a bulldozer is only 15. I just needed to distract the scorpion enough to get it out of the way so I could bring the dump truck down here. I had trouble clicking on the snail plan. I'm gonna rebuild the snail here because I don't want to move a snail at all in this run. This level's pretty easy, it's just digging with the steam shovel. And the blue crabs aren't that scary because of how slow they are, and 2 tiles is usually enough space to just get away from them, or prevent them from zapping you. But I imagine if that crab stuck around right where it was, then I could potentially lose a lot of time on this level. I never liked how in the sequel to this game the blue crabs go sideways. I mean, I guess it makes more sense since they're crabs, but I never liked it as much as in the first game. Also, the crabs don't go at the same speed. I'm not sure what causes that. Maybe when they aggro you, they get a little faster? I don't really know what that was. It's another spot where I click on the map in the corner. You do have to wait on a snail for this level. This is a pretty fun level, and it's the last level without any enemies. So it's kind of a break. So the duck can't go over the deep water, so that's why I need to have the tugboat bring yellow bricks over. And then here we get to the hardest level of the game, and the longest. I feel like in this run, this is a big time sink. And this level could definitely be a lot faster. I never quite felt like I had a really good strategy for this level. What I do is okay, and my last run, my 27-minute run, I did a lot better on this level. Like you can see in the splits, you're going to see that I lose almost all that advantage. And I think a big thing is the crabs at the beginning. I didn't realize at the time, but you can lose a lot of time by just having bad crabs. So it takes a while for them to aggro because they're all on the right side. And I need to kill both of these crabs because I can't have a crab out here when I'm moving dump trucks around. and tree bots. It's not really plausible. Now, sometimes this defender can fight both crabs with a single battery. It's kind of RNG how much damage you do and how much damage the crab does. So it's totally possible to down 2 crabs with 1 defender. I had to rebuild it there. And then I don't think the defender's even that healthy after fighting this one, so I get kind of bad luck. It's kind of weird when the enemies just move around like that and run away from the defender. I don't really know why that happens. Alright, so the tree bot was low, so I rebuilt it here. And I need a tree bot, defender, and dump truck to go through this to this next section. And there's a gator that you pretty much always need to kill. The only reason I could see you not needing to kill this gator is if it happened to come all the way up here and then go on this little strip. That's like super unlikely. I mean, if that happens, that's really lucky. So I need to rebuild the defender there. It's not healthy enough to take the gator, and the gator leaves me alone. Here, I don't know what happened. I don't know why this dump truck is alive. I guess when these enemies stop to think, maybe they don't attack in front of them, or maybe because this dump truck was moving, it wasn't a target. I really don't know. I also always thought it was odd that when you kill an enemy, they drop a full battery. I mean, it's very nice, but I always thought it was kind of weird. Now you have to make a path all the way to this tree line because you need to walk some stuff from the top over to it. And you need to pick up 3 trees because there's deep water that's placed really inconveniently. But luckily we could just rebuild and destroy the tree bot to get rid of the trees instead of having to find somewhere else to place them. That'd be really annoying. Now, because blue crabs are so slow, I feel like it might be possible not to fight them. But in this run and in past runs, I do decide to fight the blue crabs. But I imagine you could save some good time if you didn't fight them. So that could be a big time save in this level. But I don't know how risky it is. It's probably pretty risky. I just need to bring some extra yellow bricks here because a steam shovel needs more yellow bricks than a dump truck. Sometimes that defender can fight 2 blue crabs, and I think it does here. I built it again unnecessarily. I was not expecting the defender to live there. But I feel like blue crabs are probably weaker than other enemies, because I feel like that's happens more common than you'd expect. Happens more commonly. So all you need at this end part is you need a tree bot to move the 1 tree, and you need something that can cross the rocks, which is the dump truck, the only thing I have right now. And I built that steam shovel just because it's faster to get to the dirt buggy plan. And with the dirt buggy plan, I can go get the duck plan. But I think first, yeah, I almost forgot. I'll move some bricks over for the duck, and then the duck is the last thing you need for this level. If I have like 8 duck plans, I mean, it doesn't really matter if I die here. And I pretty much always die. I don't think I've ever walked the duck to the goal here. So there's no shame in beating a level like this. It's definitely the hardest level in the game. Now, this level is also pretty crazy. Now, in my 27-minute run, I completely dropped in this hole and had to do it maybe 2 or 3 times, but I got super lucky in this run, and it was free. So that's probably the biggest time saver in my last run. Now, the way that you're intended to play this level is these areas on the sides. I guess you're supposed to bring the steam shovel kind of bait scorpions up in here and then come out and pick up this tile so they get trapped. But in my other run, I could not get past with the buggy. I had to bait some scorpions into here and sort of juke them out. And I probably died like once or twice doing it. So this time, it's free. This level can be pretty hard because the scorpions, they're fast. They're not faster than a buggy, but they're still pretty fast and they can cover rocks and we can't. So it's pretty tricky. Now this is finally the last level, and I like my strategy for this level. It's kind of sandboxy. So you can pretty much do whatever you want in this level. This is what I came up with as the fastest route. So once I get that defender plan, I'll have all the plans I need. And I just need to get over the river and to the center. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. There's a misclick right here, and the reason this happens, so you can select a plan, build something, and then while it's building, you can select another unit. But normally, when you build something, that unit gets auto-selected. So I build the defender right here, and then try to switch back to the steam shovel to take it apart while the defender is building. But I don't quite do it in time, and the defender gets selected, so that's why I take him apart instead. So it's no biggie, but I need to bring the dirt buggy and the defender up here. And then to get all the yellow bricks onto these rocks, I just have to build a dump truck twice. And then the plan to win the level from here is to build a steam shovel right here, pick up this tile, drop it right here, and then build a defender right here. I'll need to move these blue bricks up a little bit. Build a defender right here, and then just rebuild it over here, and get to the goal. But these gators, in this run, they were very nice. They stayed out of my way. But sometimes they like to hang out here and will not let you do that. Like I posted one of my highlights of losing a run that was on a better pace than this because I had to wait like a minute and a half for these gators to get out of the way. So luckily, this is what it looks like. Perfect gators. Now, I guess it would be even better luck if they weren't around here at all, because then I could just walk the defender up. I do one kind of unnecessary rebuild, but it's fine. And that's the end of the time ends when I click on the arrow. So we have 0 bonus missions, class 1 builder. That's my time, 25:33. Now, as far as I know, I've never heard of anyone doing a better time than this. So, I mean, I'd love to see someone beat this time. I feel like it stands as a world record, I guess, because I don't know of anyone else beating it. Now, I haven't played this game in about 2 years. I would maybe consider going back and trying to do some more runs of this. I would also maybe consider bonus goals. 3 worlds with bonus goals, maybe the prehistoric world and the ocean world. I think those would be pretty cool. You could do like a 100% run with, I think there's 60 goals, all 60 goals and 60 bonus goals. That'd be pretty interesting. I'm not sure what the length of that run would be. I also thought about maybe like a junk bot speedrun. I don't know if that would be cool. Could be kind of interesting. I've never heard of anyone doing that either. But yeah, if you watch this far, I mean, let me know what sounds good. I don't know if I'll really revisit any of these games anytime soon, but could be kind of fun. So yeah, thanks for watching.